So let's jump into the Manuel Pratique and see how this is going to work. So here we see the first page of the Manuel Pratique. And on the first page of the Manuel Pratique, we see in the upper right-hand corner the four notes that we were concentrating on just a moment ago. We see the first note that we see up there in the upper right-hand corner is the do that is on the line just below the staff. We see the sol that's on the second line. We see the do that's on the third space. And then we see the sol that sits in the space above the staff. And those are the four notes that we are going to concentrate on in this first exercise. So if I go down to the beginning of example number 1 right here, the first note I see here is a note head on the second line. And so I know second line is sol. The next note is a note that's on the third space, and I know the third space is do. The note that is on the ledger line below the staff, I know that is do. The note that's on the second line, we know that that is sol. And then finally, the note that is sitting in the space above the staff, that is going to be sol. So if I was going to say these first 5 notes, I would say sol, do, do, sol, sol. Now, that's pretty easy, but we're going to make this a little bit more challenging because we want to make ourselves know what these notes are without even thinking about it. We want this to be instinctive. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a metronome, and we're going to put that metronome at 100 beats per minute. And we're going to say each syllable, each solfege syllable for the note on each click of the metronome. So we'll be doing 100 solfege syllables a minute. Now that's just fast enough that we can't think about it. We don't have enough time to actually sort of process it intellectually. Let me demonstrate for you by doing all of number 1 here. So number 1 starts at the beginning, goes to the end of the line over here, and then it comes down to the second line, and then ends right here at the double bar. So here's my metronome at 100 beats per minute. So this is what it's going to sound like when we perform this in class. It's going to go sol, do, do, sol, sol, do, sol, sol, do, do, sol, do, sol, sol, do, do, sol, sol, do, sol, do, sol, do, sol, do, do, sol, sol, do. So if you perform it just like that, you will get 100. Notice everything that I said was right on the beat. Every solfege syllable was correct. That is 100. For most of us, though, if we're just starting out, we're not going to be able to do that at 100 beats per minute. So how are we going to get there? Well, that's what we're going to try to figure out in the next video.